Listen up.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Kel.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast for a Tuesday, our first podcast since the long weekend. It's a very hello to Lucy.
Hello.
A very hello to Casey.
Hello.
And we are back after the long weekend for a shortened week, which will mean 4 podcasts if we actually get our act together. Hello, everybody. Welcome back from the long weekend. How did we all go?
Lovely. Had a great longie. Did you have a good longie?
Oh, yeah.
A longie?
It felt very longy.
It just seems right to call it that.
Yep.
What else are we going to call it in Australia? We make everything something.
A public holiday.
A pubby?
Yeah. A pubs.
A longy pub?
Yeah.
A holly?
I like pubby long.
Pubby long? Yeah, pubby long. Public long weekend. Yeah, pubby long.
Pubby L.
A PL.
We are all back from the public holiday and we're all sore. I gardened, I'm sore. Casey wheelbarrowed, renovating and working on her house. She's sore. Lucy came back from 3 days of shopping and went, I'm a bit sore.
I'm a bit sore.
Do you actually get in a lot of cardio when you're shopping?
Yeah, you do. Like, we racked up the steps. I kept checking it. And also we were toting around bags and suitcases and my back was so sore by the end of it. And I'm a queen of shopping. I love a shop. My favourite thing is wandering. And my daughter has surpassed the master. The teacher has surpassed the master. She can shop non-stop. And I got to the point where I said to her, and I sounded like my mum, I said, I'm done. I need to go home. And I've never uttered those words in my life. And yet I had to say to my daughter, I can't do this anymore.
Wow.
That's extraordinary.
Because she's just got youth on her side.
That is extraordinary.
No, she was fine. She was like, okay, Mum, just one more shop. And I'm like, oh, Lord, give me the strength.
Yeah.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think somebody would outshop you.
Neither did I. And when she was younger, she hated shopping. And I thought, oh, how sad the shopping gene and the wandering of the shopping gene has missed her. Because my mum and I growing up, that's what I loved doing. It wasn't about spending money. Like, we'd just pop to the shops. Maybe Mum would grab a coffee.
Yeah.
She'd grab me a raspberry lemonade. And we'd just wander and we would talk and we would bond and we would wander and we'd look at things. And that was like so much of my childhood. Was one of my favourite things is we'd be bored of Mum going, want to go for a wander? I'd be like, yes. And we'd wander Carindale and Brisbane together for hours. And it was my favourite thing, like window shopping. And I still love doing it. I remember back in a previous life, I'd like to look at things and he'd be like, you don't need that. You don't need that. And I was like, no, I know. I just like looking at it. I really like just wandering and going, oh, that's pretty and that's nice. And I like the social aspect, I like the hubbub of the crowd. You know, for me, shopping was my cardio. So I really enjoyed doing it with Shiloh, but it was 4 days every day. And I said on the last day, I cannot do this anymore.
And your credit card could no longer do it anymore.
Well, she did get a bit of a haul, but she needed a lot of the stuff.
it.
She has grown out of everything. So we needed new pants, new jacket, new shoes for camp. She needed a little suitcase. She needed a backpack. So she needed a bunch of things.
In other news, Casey operated a wheelbarrow across the weekend, everybody. And as Chippy and builder myself, I can relate. So I have a few key questions for Casey. Was this the first time you operated a wheelbarrow, Casey?
No.
No, all right. She might be a veteran, Lucy, because we found out on the show Lucy has not operated a wheelbarrow. And I'm sure Lucy thinks it's super easy.
I just feel like it looks fun, like you could run with it. Run
It's pretty
with
risky
it one wheel.
that you said that you've never operated one, because anytime you say you've never done something or it's
You
too
make
easy,
me do it.
I make you
We
do
should
it.
I
film.
know. I will say I have used a wheelbarrow. I don't know when. I can't recall when, but
Was
I know
it
I have.
a little tiny wheelbarrow and you
With
got
the
a little
Lego
pop
Tonka
plant?
truck one. It was pink.
So I used to wheelbarrow bricks because Dad was a brickie to start with and I was his labourer. So he'd throw a pile of bricks into the wheelbarrow. So if you don't know how to negotiate a wheelbarrow, you can, what my dad used to say, come a cropper pretty easily.
Come a cropper.
So were you wearing gloves, Casey?
Correct.
Well done.
Yes.
Great start. What were you wheeling?
Lots of dirt.
Lots of dirt.
But my dad, because
Oh,
I'm
don't
his
tell me.
Princess,
Don't tell me.
princess.
Did he put
Did
less dirt in the wheelbarrow for you?
He put half a bucket in for me. Yeah. And all the other men got full buckets.
So Paul Riley's got a full wheelbarrow
Yeah.
of turf and
Yeah.
you've got half a
A
barrow.
little one, yeah.
Were you wheelbarrowing across planks and stuff or was it just open ground?
No, it was wood, it was boulders of
Yeah.
dirt. So I had to get my technique in my own head. It was just get your knee at the back and
Right.
just keep hitting it until it
Or
goes over.
you take a run up. Did you have a run up at a few things?
Oh, yeah. So then we had to go down a hill
Oh, the
over
worst.
a ditch. So we were incoming. So I was going down. Yeah. And Riley or Riley's dad would come up and I'd be like, incoming. And we just go brrr.
Now, one thing that can happen with a wheelbarrow you don't normally tip it forward unless you're tipping it forward on purpose, but you can
Yeah.
go side to side by accident.
Yeah.
And the whole thing tips
Oh,
over.
wobbly,
did
wobbly,
that.
wobbly, wobbly,
Did that
wobbly.
happen?
Happened to me, happened to Riley twice.
Oh, twice.
Yeah, we
Oh.
blamed the operator for putting the dirt too much on one side.
That's
yeah,
right.
totally.
You can do that.
Uneven balance.
Yep.
You can't work like that.
Yep.
This is
Call
an
the
expert.
CFMEU.
Wow.
Walk
Whoa.
off the job.
Whoa.
I'm just proud of our Casey that operated a wheelbarrow
Yeah.
on a weekend.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Speaking of being proud, and we're not talking about this on the radio, you'll only hear this on the podcast. It's time to talk footy tipping, everybody.
Money wheels around, gathers the football. He's kicked a miracle. He's put it through with the outside of the boot, running to the wrong pocket. Oh, can you believe that?
It is footy tipping in 2026, and the most surprising thing about it is that Lucy and really Casey decided they wanted to do it.
Yep.
Casey started it, and Casey was like, "We're doing tipping," and I went, "Okay."
Well-
and then I was excited because I do like a competition.
Casey's obvious. She's married to a footballer,
Yep.
and she basically runs his football team on the socials.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's...
And she wears an Essendon top to work and an Essendon jersey, so she's like a real footy girl.
But
which
I don't
is-
know anything. It just looks cool.
It doesn't.
Well, Cal, back me up here, Cal.
I think everyone looks cool in their team colours, don't
Thank
you
you,
think?
Cal.
Don't you think?
Thank you.
If you're proud enough to wear your team colours, I'd wear my St Kilda jersey around
Oh.
if they were any good.
No, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't I?
You've
You
never,
bought me a Saints
and you've
t-shirt.
never worn it in public.
I've worn the Saints t-shirt to work a couple
I've
of
seen
times.
it, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Babe.
Anyway, you're on board this. You should.
I was in that op shop the other day and I did see a Hawks hat and I did say to Shy, should I buy this
Should
Hawks
have
hat?
bought it.
Yeah, I can't. I've got a funny thing about op shops. I think I've got OCD or something. And I don't even say that lightly. Like, I actually go in there and I can't get the clothes because I can't. It's not even that people have worn them. I'm like, what did they do in these outfits?
Yeah, that's fair.
And my daughter's like, just wash it. And I said, there's something mentally I'm struggling
Yeah.
with. And so I couldn't buy the hat.
With hat, I think is different as well. Again,
It's been on someone's head.
Yes,
It's
sweetie.
that's so intimate, you know? And so I can't do that.
This is a weird footy tipping update.
Why hats are intimate? Now listen.
Super excited.
We started and we have an app and it's excellent.
Yeah.
Super excited going in.
So excited.
You were so excited. You got to pick the teams and you're asking me questions. And then the results have come in across this first weekend of footy tipping. And I think Casey has the results, like who's first, second and third. We all like to know who's third, like who's in third place at the moment.
Yeah.
Would
Has
everyone
to be
like to know?
Cal.
Is it me, Casey? Who's in third place?
Lucy Holmes.
Oh, well
I
done.
got one correct. And that's
Also
just
known-
because I tipped against Kel's team to be
Yeah.
a punk
Yeah.
and I paid off.
I should have done that. I should have tipped
Yeah.
against the Saints. So it's Lucy third,
Yeah.
Casey
A second.
second. Oh, that means that I'm in front, everyone.
Oh, he's doing the sound effects, guys.
Also,
by the way.
Wow.
Casey, pride
Hooray
comes
for me.
before a fall.
Correct.
And it's a long season, my friend.
This
and
is what I
just because
like.
you're on top now doesn't mean you're going to be on top at the end.
This is what I like, this energy from Lucy, because I immediately, seeing the results of the last weekend, I thought she's out. She's done. She's like going to throw
She's more
the
motivated.
baby.
I'm more motivated than ever.
I know, you're white line fever now. You're ready to go.
I'm into it just because I want you to eat humble pie.
Could I even? This is a big gamble. I'm rolling the dice here on the podcast. Do you want to say the footy tips on a Friday, depending
Yeah.
on when the game is?
Sure.
You would like to do your tips on the podcast?
But it's going to be a bit boring if we do all of our tips.
No,
yeah?
just yours.
Okay.
And your reasons why.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I
it's
choose
funny.
ridiculous reasons?
Oh, well, I thought they were the only reasons.
Great.
All right.
Right.
Lucy's ridiculous footy tipping on a Thursday or a Friday.
We need a jingle.
Go.
Lucy's ridiculous footy tipping. Cha cha cha.
What's with the
Why
cha
does
cha
everything
cha?
end with a cha-cha-cha?
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
I spent the weekend with my daughter out and about getting things ready for her school camp.
Is that the song, is it?
Yeah.
That's the official
school
song?
camp.
There's got to be. Surely there was one of those movies back in the 90s or the noughts.
Yeah.
What were the high school musicals?
Yeah, but they
surely they went to camp.
They did, but not those guys. But like in America, they go to summer camp. But no, my daughter's going on school camp and I love it. And I'm also the kind of mum who's like, let's print out the whole list of what you need to take. Let's go do it all. I was
Nothing
so
more than you love trying to fill out a list.
Oh,
of things.
love it. Printed it off, ticking it off. 4 pairs of underwear. Okay. Tick. 3 socks. Got it. Tick. 2 hats. Check.
Why do we need 2 hats?
Well, interesting. It said a day hat and then it said a night hat. And Charlotte was like, what's a night hat? And I said, I think they mean like a beanie for when it's cold at night.
Right.
Because they're going somewhere that could get a little cold. And so I don't know why they said night hat. It was very funny. Even her and I are like, what's a fancy night hat? Does she need a top hat? Does she need a beret? Anyway, I had so much fun. She needed a new little suitcase. We bought a suitcase, bought her a new little backpack. Oh, the backpack. Can I tell you the backpack story just really quickly?
Tell us the backpack.
Daughter needs a backpack.
Backpack.
And we looked everywhere. Can I tell you, there's no nice backpacks anywhere. We went to every shop you could
That's a
ever
very
imagine.
grand sweeping
It's
statement.
true. I went everywhere. I went literally Kmart, Big W, Target,
Are
Maya,
you saying-
Harris
wait, wait, wait,
Scarf,
wait, 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 wait.
Reject
Wait,
Shop.
Are you saying there's no fancy backpacks? Like ones that are something that you would look at and go, that looks
Yeah,
amazing.
it's got to be cool.
Yeah. I think backpacks are very utilitarian.
No,
They have
not when
pockets
you're a
and
12-year-old
zips and-
girl.
Okay.
They're
so
not
it's got to
utilitarian.
look good
No.
and not be of any use.
That's the problem. We kept finding just black ones and we're like, boring. And anyway, we went into a shop, I can't say which one, we went into a shop which has all random things, and we found this one backpack that was so perfect aesthetic. It was like, it's the coolest thing you've ever did see. And I'm like, this is great. And I checked the price tag, $39. I was like, okay. But I'm looking at it going, I think this is a famous designer brand. And then I quickly Google it. Guess what it retails for? $165. So I was like, you can have that. Because it's $165. We've made money.
What a
Girl
bargain.
math. We made money on that sale. Anyway, we had so much fun. And then last night we like packing it all. She doesn't go to camp for ages, but she was like, let's get packing. I was like, okay. Because I was excited for her.
Can I say something really honest?
Kel did say, is she off to camp tomorrow? I
Yeah.
said, no, not for a long time.
Can I just say a really honest thing between you and I? You
Yeah,
and
and
I,
Melbourne, yeah.
you and I agreed we're going to talk about camping.
Yeah.
And for the last 5 minutes, you've talked about shopping for camping. So I'm not sure what the question is this
Anyway,
morning.
I'm just saying I'm excited for her school camp.
Right.
And getting it ready.
Okay.
Because I loved school camp.
Oh, we are going to talk about camp.
And I want her to love camp. And she does love camp. And
What
her
did you love
teacher-
most about camp?
I loved just the feeling of, I think when you're little, going away and being almost in charge of your own destiny. Like you do have to go and do what the teachers say, but you're there without your mum and dad. You're there just going, well, I got to brush my teeth. I've got to make my bed. I remember being so responsible at camp, making the cabin. We had cabin inspections and you had to, I think I've told this story in air before, and they made it fun where they'd come and they'd knock on your door and you have to go, cabin 3, ready for inspection, sir. And then you had to salute. And it was funny. I wasn't in a military camp. It was
Sounds like it.
And then they'd come in.
Sounds
and
like a
then-
military camp for wayward children.
No, and the teacher was so funny, Mrs. Sloan. She'd come in and she'd pretend to be like a military person, and she'd be like, and if they saw like one crinkle, she'd be like, "Not good enough," and then you'd all laugh. It was funny.
Would you muck around at camp?
No, I was a good girl.
Break the rules?
Never.
Producer Casey,
Hello.
would you muck around at camp?
Bring a bag of lollies and stuff.
Oh, smuggle in some lollies.
My daughter said you can't take lollies.
Yeah, I know, but the cool kids did, right, Casey? Right.
You can't smuggle in lollies. Can I ask a quick question, though, about
Yeah.
this? My daughter said you can't take lollies. And I said, surely you could take those sugar-free lollies. You know, the ones I like? They're healthy lollies.
Yeah.
Imagine,
Surely
Casey.
I can send her with healthy lollies.
Casey, imagine being the kid that rocks up to camp and says, "Hey, everyone,
Oh.
I've smuggled in sugar-free lollies." Imagine being that kid.
Well, she's taking some. I'm packing sugar-free lollies for her. It's a way of being a rebel, but not too much of a rebel.
I think everyone loves camp. I think everyone has memories of camp.
Yes, I'd love to know your memories of school camp because my memories are just so special. Bees texted in. I remember making candles, going for hikes, and going on the Flying Fox.
Flying Fox is always a good one.
Well, there's another text here about that as well. Is Sam from Sunbury. At school camp, we had a giant flying fox. I was absolutely terrified, but everybody chanted my names, and I still remember doing it. Those flying foxes were terrifying. And also back in the 80s, like death traps with like legal zero ramifications.
Weren't as
there.
many harnesses back in the 80s.
No,
Not as
not
many
at all.
safety regulations. But
Yeah.
that was the 80s.
Jade in Glen Waverley said, our teachers told us not to bring lollies, so naturally everyone did. By the second night, we had a full underground lolly trading market happening in the cabins.
That's what we're talking about.
I don't ever remember that.
Because you were in the good cabin. You were the good kid.
I did see, I was with the good kids. I did see, not that there are bad kids, there are just bad decisions.
Thanks, Mum.
There are no bad kids. I do remember I saw my first bandicoot on camp as well by the bins. and that was really exciting.
A bandicoot.
Yeah, a bandicoot with a long snout. Kind of looks like a bilby, you know,
I can
those things.
safely say I am 49 years of age and I've never come face to face with a bandicoot.
Yeah, I was so excited. That's a vivid memory, the bandicoot. Also, trust games where you had to where you were
I know exactly what
given
you're talking about.
4 planks of wood and 3 bits of rope, and there was
Yep.
20 of you, and they said you've got to get you from one end of the field to the other, and you can't touch the field, and you just got to use the ropes and the strings and the pulleys. So everyone's on pieces of wood and you're laying train
Yep.
tracks and shouting. Everyone falls off, you start again. That is what we did.
We did the whole everyone holds hands in a massive group and you're all tangled up and you have to sort of unloop yourself, a human sort of unlooping.
Yeah.
And that chewed up like 25 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a lot of that, didn't they?
Oh, it's all about time management for the teachers.
Chris from Croydon goes, school camp was the first time I ever tried Vegemite and toast because I forgot my cereal. Turns out I had been eating it wrong my whole life. It was way too thick. Yes, that's it. You do have to eat whatever they give you at school camp. There's nothing else.
But it's often amazing. Like my kids, the highlight was the food. They just hung out for the food, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And the camp that my kids most recently went to did have the old school watered down cordial in the giant
and it's always that
receptacle.
lime flavour.
Yeah.
And it's always green and it just tastes of green water.
It's
with
like
a
bitter green water, yeah.
But it's not yummy enough to drink it, but it's
No,
something.
it's
So you're like,
classic camp.
that will do. On the phone lines, we've got Daniel in Gladstone Park. Hello, Daniel. What was your memory of school camp?
We drove for about 3 hours on the bus, only to find out when we got there the whole thing was cancelled because of the bushfires. So, yeah, they sent us back home and then sent out a note saying if you didn't want to come to school the next day, they get it and that's fine.
So you did a 6-hour round trip,
6
and then
hours
they
on a
said
bus.
you don't have to come to school. Like did you end up ever going on camp?
We did, but it was years later. I think they took some time building our school, so we were on a lot of excursions, but yeah, camp was cancelled in year 7, definitely.
6
And that would have
hour
gone down in
bus
history.
trip.
Remember the year camp was cancelled?
6 hours.
Imagine being on a bus with primary school aged kids for 6 hours.
Not paid enough.
No, it's not
Just
enough.
not enough money in the world.
in the world.
Yeah.
Good morning, Rose from Doreen. How are you, Rose?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Very
What's your
good.
memory of school camp?
I remember we went to a farm and the person that, was in charge of the farm asked someone to volunteer and no one volunteered but silly me. They all had to hold my hand in a row and I was the one that needed to be next to the fence and I had to touch the fence and little did I know that was electric wire fence and we had to see how far the current will go through her.
Now, Rose.
Are you kidding me?
No, Rose, I have to stipulate, this again was this the 80s, Rose?
70s or 80s.
Yes.
Yeah, so back in
Were you shocked?
Yes.
Imagine a teacher lining kids up to touch an electrified fence today.
Can you imagine it
not
wouldn't happen?
The Lucy and Kel podcast. You're going to love this next bit. Oh, spoiler alert.
As I let you know about an international day, today is International Bagpipe Day, everybody. Ah, yes, the bagpipes, the electric guitar of Scotland. And today, across the foggy moors, all Scots men and women will be playing their own personal bagpipes on International Bagpipe Day. Now, Lucy's from the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I originate from Ireland. So I don't know if the Irish are into bagpipes. And I don't know if the United Kingdom is all that into bagpipes. But the question I have for you this morning is a bit of a survey says... No, there's too many bagpipes going on.
Too many.
Survey says...
Survey says.
Bagpipes. How do we feel about bagpipes?
I love bagpipes.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Look, this is what
you
I'll
can't
say.
ask and then go and question
Well, I
someone.
think we've all been... When do we hear bagpipes? Is the only time we hear bagpipes.
When someone sings You're the Voice by John Farnham and they bring out the bagpipes.
So you think the only time we hear bagpipes is the middle of You're the Voice by John Farnham? AC/DC does it as well.
Also, like when the Edinburgh military tattoo come
All
out.
right, you're missing the obvious. Funerals. That's when we hear bagpipes.
Do they?
Yeah.
For
Funerals
Scottish
and
people?
bagpipes.
Oh.
No, just in general. Amazing Grace on the bagpipes.
I have never been to a funeral with bagpipes.
Haven't you?
No.
All right. Well, I'm just asking the question. It's sort of like a very unique
It was the
sound.
question,
It's a very...
do you like it? And I said, yes, I really like it. It's very hard to play, but I really like it.
Have a listen again to the sound that the bagpipe is making, all right? I want you to really have a listen to the sound that the bagpipe is making. imagine instruments. They've all been created. And then I turn up and go, I've made a new instrument. And it sounds like this. Made it myself. It's
with a bag?
There's a giant bag with pipes, and I squeeze on it and blow into it. It makes this noise. You still think you'd like it?
I really like it.
All right.
So
Lucy loves a bagpipe.
I love it. Do you like it, Case? Yeah.
Casey loves a bagpipe.
I find it beautiful. I don't know what it is, but I love anything about Scotland. I love Scottish heritage. I love kilts. I love Jamie Fraser from Outlander, the novels. Okay, laddie.
Really into the bagpipes and all that is adjacent to bagpipes.
I love it. I love everything about it. I think it's such a great sound.
That's
I've got no issue with it.
surprising response.
Yeah, I always loved it.
On International Bagpipe Day.
I don't find it offensive at all.
I don't think it's offensive. I just don't think we've all just sort of stopped and had a real think about bagpipes and what... I mean, because there's only two songs that I can think of, one from AC/DC, one from John Farnham, and then the rest of the time it's kind of just associated with funerals, which I think is lovely, but it's a very limited experience. You don't see you don't see Coldplay. There's a bass player, there's an electric guitar lead, and there's a guy on bagpipes for every song.
I think you'll find they have had bagpipes on stage.
I know, but it's not just one of those instruments that everybody plays. Like, come on, kids, it's year 8, we're all going to learn the bagpipes.
I think that we'd be better off as a society if you could learn to play bagpipes.
If everybody had a chance to learn.
Now, you don't want to live next door to somebody bagpipes.
Well, here we go. Now we're starting to really think.
You do want to be able to go to Rod Laver and see like the Edinburgh military tattoo.
Maybe that should be the question. Growing up, as you learn an instrument, just say we're living next door to somebody learning the drums or somebody learning the bagpipes. What would you rather? You're living next door to somebody learning the drums or learning the bagpipes?
Bagpipes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
Drums are like...
That sounds something like drums.
Yeah, and drummers can just go on and on and on. Bagpipes, they literally will run out of breath.
Oh, they'll just faint.
Because you can only do it so much because it's breath control. So someone might drum for 3 hours, someone might bagpipe for 30 minutes. I'm going to take the 30 minutes of bagpiping than the 3 hours of drumming. I said what I said.
Biggest question of the morning, bagpipes. How do we feel?
Juliet says, good morning, beautiful for special ceremonies. Stefan in Hampton Park goes, yeah, it's not the best to compare it to a guitar or piano. It's dreadful, no offence.
Look, I'm just saying, if you compare it to other instruments that have been created, the bagpipe is not necessarily... It's like an instrument that I would invent.
Can I say, I would say tread carefully because you are kind of starting to offend people who might be from Scotland.
I'm not offending them.
You are, because you're mocking their official instrument. You wouldn't mock...
Excuse me, I am of Irish heritage. All we've ever been is mocked. So...
Belinda says Claymore is a fantastic band with modern bagpipe music.
There you go.
Excellent, Belinda. I'm going to Google that after the show. Rachel goes, I love that our local dawn service has bagpipes. Yeah, bagpipes on Anzac Day is a thing.
This is what I'm saying. In the right setting, bagpipes, amazing. Next door... While you're trying to sleep in on a Saturday, I'm not so sure.
Kathy wants to bring up a very good fact that I love, that I know, and this might win you over a bit more to Scotland and bagpipes.
Yes.
Their national emblem is the unicorn.
Yes, we must never forget. I've got nothing against the Scots.
Sounding like it. B says, remember when Ross from Friends played bagpipes? I don't remember that.
Any excuse to play a bit of Friends because we all love Friends. It's when Ross played the bagpipes.
Why is your family Scottish? Why is your family Ross?
I could just listen to that all day long. How great is Friends? So yes, Ross learned to play the bagpipes very badly. Hence the humour of the bagpipe being played badly is probably the worst sound in the world.
Anything being played badly. Have you been to a kids' concert? Have you been to a junior school primary concert where they all get out the violins?
Imagine. Just a group of grade 4s on bagpipes.
I'd love that.
That would be great. On International Bagpipe
Anyway,
Day.
I think we just heard You're the Voice played and everyone was in their car just living their best life. And the bagpipes, without bagpipes, that song is nothing.
Without bagpipes, You're the Voice by John Farnham is nothing. That is the biggest statement of the year from Lucy Holmes.
The Lucy and Kel Podcast.
On Saturday, very sad news came out of Brisbane. Jamie Dunn passed away at the age of 76. Now, I grew up listening to Jamie Dunn. He was the host of B105 Breakfast for...
Huge.
when I was a kid, everyone listened to Jamie Dunn. Maybe you're like, I don't know that name, Lucy. You may not know his name, but you will know the character he made famous. And Jamie Dunn was the voice of Aggro.
I learned a lot about Jamie across the weekend.
Yeah, right.
Because of the sad passing, but you find out more about
What did you learn?
Well, I learned that he was a pop star.
I didn't know that.
Apparently had one big song in Queensland, and that's how he got the gig of doing Aggro. And Channel 7, somebody else was doing Aggro, and that person left. And they said, hey, Jamie, would you like to do Aggro?
Wow.
And Jamie's like, well, I'm kind of famous. I'll give it a crack.
Oh, wow.
And he forever was Aggro.
He was Aggro, and he obviously is an icon in the radio circles, obviously especially when we look at the nostalgia around Aggro, which was so big. And I was a bit sad about this because I grew up listening to Jamie, and I actually posted on my socials, over the weekend, if you want to see it, Lucy Holmes Official, I posted a video of me on Aggro's Cartoon Connection. So I didn't really get to meet Jamie. We didn't meet him backstage, and we weren't obviously allowed to meet Aggro backstage, but we were on stage and we met Aggro as the cameras were rolling. But my next door neighbours and I entered a competition where you went on to Aggro's Cartoon Connection, which was filmed in Brisbane at Mount Cootha, and we went and we had to mime to a song. And we chose, well, my neighbours chose. They were a lot older than me. I was about 6 years old. My neighbours look around 13. They're a lot older. They chose Agadoo by Black Lace. Agadoo, do. And
I think you push pineapple and then shake a tree.
I stood at the front. We were all in little bikinis and hula skirts, and I had maracas, and I'm 6 years old, and I remember vividly being told, you're not to mime, you're too young, only we will mime, we're the big girls. So I just had to stand there, and I look very sullen through this whole thing. But Aggro's there, and he's interacting, and remember, Aggro hated Cabbage Patch Kids. He called them Cabbage Heads, and so we had Cabbage Patch Kids on set, and he was like, who brought the Cabbage Heads? But it all came back to me. So I shared it this weekend in honour of Jamie Dunn. I shared the video because it's such a cute little video and he was such an icon. But it did get me thinking, that time when I was on Aggro's Cartoon Connection, which in the heyday, there was nothing bigger. There was no streaming. There was no internet. Every kid just sat down and you watched one of 2 or 3 programs. Literally, this was probably it. And when I went on Aggro's Cartoon Connection, I was in grade 1. That was my claim to fame in school. Like, I was the girl on Aggro's Cartoon Connection.
That's how you got about.
Yep. Pretty cool. And I was given an Aggro's Cartoon Connection show bag. And so I had an Aggro's Cartoon Connection mug and ceramic bowl. And that was pretty cool. I was pretty up there with the kids.
I don't think I ever had a claim to fame.
Did you have a claim to fame?
In primary school. It wasn't that interesting.
So many kids have claim to fame.
The one kid that had a claim to fame at our school was one of my friends. His name was Matthew. And in about grade 6, he was in a sporting goods store and something had happened with some shelving. And a large sort of pallet came down and crushed his finger. So his finger ended up looking like a shovel. So it's a long finger with a big sort of flat end. And he got a massive payout. And he was the richest kid we knew in grade 6.
That was his claim to fame.
Everyone at school wanted to have their finger smashed so that they could be rich as well. That was his claim to fame.
Did they call him Shovel Finger?
No, I think we were just impressed by the amount of wealth he just received from a particular sporting goods store because, of course, they didn't want any issues.
There was another girl I went to primary school with and her name was Khalud, but we called her Ludi Turkey. And she was like so good at gymnastics and diving, and she was like a world champion in primary school, and they were like, watch her go to the Olympics. And then like as soon as she was legally of age or whatever, she was in the Olympics. And I remember we all went to school with an Olympian, and that was wild. And she still is. And now she's like a commentator. Her name's, I can't remember she married an AFL football player, Ludi, and she got gold for like diving in the Olympics. She's amazing. But that was her claim to fame in primary school. And she was my best friend. And so I felt very, very, very cool. I have a theory that everyone has either they have a claim to fame, and when they were in primary school, it was that thing that they did. They were either on a TV advert, they're related to someone super famous, or like their uncle, third removed, is an AFL player, and that's that kid's claim to fame. Or you went to school with a kid who had like an amazing claim to fame. Mine was that I met Aggro, Jamie Dunn, but I want to know what your claim to fame was.
We know there are a lot of younger listeners listening in at this time of the morning, and Lucy just wanted some historical evidence as to the song she was dancing to. Here it is now.
Music back in the 80s, kids. To the left, to the right, jump up and down. Perfect.
I was watching your video as you uploaded it across the weekend, and television has changed a lot. You know how our attention spans are like 40 seconds at most at the moment? You were on TV singing this song for about 5 minutes. It seemed like it went on for 5 minutes, and that was TV back in the day.
Yeah, I know,
You did
right?
the whole song.
No. It actually was only half the song because they faded it out, and I remember being devastated as a kid, going, "What are you doing? We've done the whole song.
We're only up to the third chorus.
I'm still going to jump up and down and shake a tree. Come on."
This thing goes for 7 minutes.
We thought we were groundbreaking.
We practiced this thing for 7
We
minutes.
thought we were groundbreaking because one of my neighbours, Justine, the eldest one, she grabbed a piece of pineapple and she ran to the audience and gave it to someone in the audience. We were like, this is genius. No one's ever thought about this on live TV.
They will remember this day.
I know. We were like, we're going to break there wasn't the internet.
Free-to-air TV.
Yeah, we're going to be famous. We never were. But it's still one of my favourite bits of footage. I'm so glad I have it. I was famous for a hot minute. What's your claim to fame? So many texts are coming in and so many phone calls. First of all, B wants us to know her claim to fame when she was growing up. Her foster uncle, Mike Brady.
Can you even imagine?
That's amazing. Oh, that's iconic.
Can you imagine every year? Your foster uncle.
That's cool.
Centre stage at the MCG.
Love it. Jonathan texted in, a boy at my high school's claim to fame was that he was on Neighbours and he was in a Chupa Chups ad with Sophie Monk.
That would definitely get you some credit.
You
primary
would
school.
be so famous.
Yeah.
So famous.
Super famous.
Joanne in Frankston says, my claim to fame is I was chosen to sit on the set of Young Talent Time while they performed. And it was shown on TV and I was in the audience and I had a bluebird puppet. Oh, that is iconic.
That is definitely a claim
Imagine
to
being
fame.
chose to sit up there and then there's Bevan and Joey and Danny singing around you and you're just little. Oh, that's iconic. She was 6 years old at the time. So cool. Also, before I read that one out, this one, Jody says, Lucy, Kylie Minogue babysat me when I was little.
Are you even kidding me?
You can't just drop a text like that, Jody, and not give me more details. I need more details, Jody. It's amazing. Listen to this one. It just gets better and better. Liza said, in primary school, Stevie Wonder came with his entire band after a concert in the 80s to my godparents' house because he'd listened to our family band a few weeks earlier and he invited all the adults on stage with him to sing at a Nelson Mandela concert. I was pretty popular after that. She goes, okay, I was just popular for the year.
That is too cool for school.
Wonder. Oh, my goodness. I am speechless.
That's cool to this day.
Have you got photos of that, Liza? Have you got a photo with Stevie Wonder?
That's not just cool for primary school. That's
That's cool forever.
Forever.
We're going to call you Cool Lisa. Change your name in the system to Cool Lisa. 'Cause you're
Lisa.
Cool Lisa. And you'll be Cool Lisa forever because that is so cool.
Would you like to get some phones?
I really want to.
Emma's son, Owen, I'm being told is Emma's son, in Lilydale. Good morning, Owen.
Morning.
What's your claim to fame?
Do you have a recent claim to fame?
2 years ago, but I met Collingwood's coach Craig McRae at the Melbourne show.
Oh, my condolences.
The Melbourne... No. Owen, don't pay no attention. Owen, she has no idea. At the Royal Melbourne show as well.
Oh, that's funny.
Was he up on stage or just did you bump into him as you were going from one ride to another?
My dad was chasing him around the whole show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like...
Are you a Collingwood fan, Owen?
Yeah.
Oh, my
His-
condolences
his
again.
His dad's a Collingwood supporter, so he has no choice. Sounds like his dad was much more excited than Owen was. But Owen, that is a definite claim to fame. Well
That's
done.
great, Owen. We love it.
One of the greats, Taylor, listener of the year 2024 in Bentley East. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good.
Good. What was your claim to fame?
So a girl I went to primary school with, we were very good friends. She did a lot of TV ads. And she was in like Big W, Kmart, the whole lot. And her biggest ad was with Mark Scaife, the Holden driver.
Oh, yeah. Scafey. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, she used to get recognised all the time. Like we were at the shops and she would just get recognised for being in that ad.
Super famous.
That's a good claim to fame.
Super famous,
Doing
Taylor.
a little TV ad as a kid is a good claim to fame.
And if you
Very
were a
good.
bestie, like if you're in the friendship group of somebody
yeah,
super
that's
famous
it.
at primary school,
100%.
you had it made. You're part of the
That's right.
entourage.
Exactly.
That's how it worked back in those days.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
And dare I say, at the end of another successful podcast on a Tuesday, well done everybody involved. Well done, Lucy.
Oh, grazie.
And well done, Casey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Queen.
Well done to Casey. She's always the yes and girl, and sometimes it just
Doesn't
there's nothing to
work.
yes and there's nothing to and. That's all right.
It's all right.
Did you do theatre sports? Did you do drama at school?
In primary school, I did like musical theatre because it was
Right.
an elective thing.
Yeah.
And then in 10 to 12, I studied media.
Oh, there you go.
And I danced for 13 years.
Yeah.
Oh, she sent me a dance video on the weekend
did.
of her dancing Thriller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I'm
cute.
so good at it.
She's one of 700 girls on stage. And it was a VHS video from like a long time ago, but I did think I spotted her.
Yeah.
Was it good claw hands?
Yeah, but I was like, why was the girl in the red jacket chosen to be Michael Jackson? I didn't think she was the strongest dancer. Am I right?
No, she doesn't have to respond to that.
She's
this
nodding.
is a real life person we're talking about who might be listening to the podcast.
Yeah, from like 40 years ago.
All right, you never know. On that bombshell, it's time to wrap up the podcast for another day. Have a great whatever rest of the day has for you. Until we meet again, everybody.
Cha-cha-cha.
Well, that's all for now. But you can download more podcasts anytime or catch Lucy and Kel live weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on 89.9 The Light.